welcome back, and welcome to another episode of Zombie Exodus. Oh my gosh, sorry, we're already off to a bad start. Anyway, we left off from a month into living out on this island in the middle of nowhere, and in this safe cathedral where there's no zombies, and we're doing great. But before I start, I'm going to look at the stats. Strength is 10. It's been the same since I've started. I don't know how to improve that. Dexterity is 15. Intelligence is 20. Technical is 10. Will is 35. Charisma is 20. Great. Inventory, we have nothing. We are uninjured. Relationships with everyone, everything seems good. Yeah, Emma is 77%, Heather 62. Okay, you can see all that. I don't really need to. Okay, group stats. Our group offense is 30. That's a good thing, I guess. Cathedral defense is 30. That could be improved. Water supply is 15 days. We have only enough food to last for 7 days, which isn't exactly a good thing. Okay, well, let's get started. Breakfast, Chloe, calls Emma from below. By the time you look down, she is gone. Everyone is still shaken up about last night, so you're not surprised by her tone. Oh, okay. Huh. You flash a mirror, bending the rays at Javier, so he knows you are leaving the watch post. Descending the ladder, you leave the gun by the side wall and head west through the archway into the gathering room, where the kitchen and dining areas has been staged. Heather, Emma, Tom, Mindy, and Carl, and Candace sit at the main table eating their morning allotment of oatmeal. Uncle Lou stands next to the stove, stirring a large metal pot. What you wouldn't give for something other than oatmeal. Hey, I like oatmeal. Oatmeal's pretty good. Gives you lots of energy. Makes you feel good in the morning so you can carry on with the day with actual energy. Emma walks over to you with a bowl, steam radiating from it. Ooh, how lovely. Make sure you eat it all today, she says and leans in closer to whisper. I added an extra pat of butter. Okay. Nice. The crew looks visibly tired, but after the double assault of zombies and raiders, that is not surprising. You have had attacks from the living dead almost nightly over the past 2 weeks, as those in the cities have started moving out to the surrounding areas as food supplies, namely uninfected humans, are scarce. Raiding parties have also initiated weekly excursions as food and supplies in the area have dwindled. Great. Carl reaches out for a salt shaker and winces, his taped right arm showing a damp blood spot from where he was shot with a crossbow bolt during the attacks. He places a hand on Candace's back and she shifts in her chair, pulling away from his touch. He recoils and she turns and flashes a smile, though it is obvious something troubles her. Oh no, Candace, you poor thing. What is wrong with you? Who hurt you, Candace? Who hurt you? Also, I feel like we're screwed, because I thought this was a safe place. Apparently not, because they've been getting zombie attacks from zombies that have moved in from the city, and we're just not safe anywhere. Jason and Javier join the table. Besides bowls of food, they receive quick nods and brief smiles. Breakfast passes in silence. That is the most awkward thing. After the meal is over, Tom stands, clears his throat, and leans on the table with both hands pressed on the surface. What happened last night was exhausting. I understand everyone's mood today, and it was a huge attack. But we pulled through, and it shows we are able to defend ourselves and protect our new home. We can take some time today to recuperate, but we have tasks to complete so we can survive. Tom walks over to a whiteboard nailed to the wall, which reads, Water 15 days, food for 7 days, energy 10 days. Medicine is low, feel as though days until wait, oh my god, my left eye is going blurry. What is going on with you? Oh, stop that. Oh, okay, I'm fine, don't worry. I don't know what ZE means, about 60. I don't know if that's good. That's probably not good. Tom points to the board. Here is where we stand. Clearly, we have several priorities. Based on what Jason is gathering from the ServNet, we have 60 days until zombie exodus. Oh my god. Okay then. I get it. At that point, zombies in the major cities are expected to move en masse outside to the suburbs and surrounding areas. Well, we are screwed. It is estimated that the closest major city near here has over 100,000 zombies. They will disperse to the countryside, and that we are secluded. Brain is not working. It is likely the area could be swarmed by the living dead. We just have no way of knowing the impact of zombie exodus, but we'll prepare for the worst. While we are doing fine on most supplies, we need medicine and fuel. As time passes, there is less opportunity to find these essential supplies out in the world, so we need to gather as much as we can now. Medicine is a high priority, Emma says. We can't survive long without certain vital prescriptions. Tom turns and leans against the table. Who is willing to make a run to Temperance for meds? Given the priorities of others in the group, I wonder if Chloe will go, asks Emma, turning to face you, her eyes squinting and lips apart. Okay, what? Wow, you seem to be pointing me out to the spotlight. What the heck did I do? Eh? Well, I'm happy to go anyway. Thanks for agreeing, Tom says. Medicine is vital, Emma. Please track everyone's needs and get the list to Chloe. Mindy, since you're done with your project, I want you to go with her. Yay, Mindy's coming along. I guess we're hitting Temperance, says Mindy, nodding in her direction with a smile so large it's almost worrisome. What are you up to? The meeting continues, and work assignments are distributed until each survivor has several choices. Mindy tells you she will be ready in an hour, and you agree to the time. Emma asks you to follow her to the medical supply room. Hey, Emma, what up? You and Emma head into the small medical area, a ground floor office converted to a makeshift trauma clinic with 2 cots, an exam table, a portable ultrasound machine. Once inside, she produces a list for you. Javier needs Lamisil, Heather Adderall, Uncle Lou, hydrodiaryl, hydrochlorothiazide. Oh boy, that's a big word. Or Lopressor, Metoprolol, Lipitor, Atorvastatin, Prilosec, Omeprazole. Oh my god, sorry, guys. I probably butchered that, but holy crap, Uncle Lou has got some problems. Emma only needs risperidol. Okay. I'm sorry for putting you on the spot, but I really need my meds. I'm almost out, says Emma, wringing her hands together. You? Emma? What the fuck? Emma, what is your problem? I want to know. You are not aware of any specific prescriptions Emma requires, but before you can ask about them, she changes the subject. No, I think we should address this now. Emma, seriously, what is up with you? Well, you're not going to tell us? Okay. So what's the plan, she asks. I don't know. Mindy said we'll go to Temperance. Well, that's fine, but that place is desolate, except for those things. There's at least one pharmacy and a vet's office. Try to each of them. She turns away and checks a cabinet with very few supplies on the shelves. She doesn't seem the same woman you knew even a month ago. Her weight has dropped and muscles now poke out even beneath loose-fitting jeans and a sweatshirt. Her hair is always tied back, not even with playful bangs, like she used to wear. Pale skin and dark eyes replace tan skin and a healthy complexion. Eyes once showing only passion for living now lost in some inner turmoil she seems unwilling to share. Emma seems pretty banged up. Emma hands you a second list containing various generic and brand names of antibiotics, painkillers, and generally used drugs. She gives you a kiss on the cheek and tells you to be safe. You head toward the supply room. Okay, I feel safe, but Emma kind of seems... Well, I'm worried about Emma, and I'm sure you all too, or not. You may not be worried about Emma, but I am, considering her current state. Progress saved. Brack. Excellent. Continuing on. Inside the supply area, Mindy looks through the numerous shelves of weapons and supplies. Remember to pack light and take some melee weapons. We need to bust skulls, not shoot them, or the knives will bring those things right on us. Right to us. Grab a backpack loaded with a day's worth of food and water and start packing. You are carrying 10 pounds and carry a max of around 25. Current inventory is a backpack, food, and water. Which item do you take? Wait, what shit? Okay. Oh, okay, so we're carrying 10 pounds so far. We need 25. What? Okay, 20. Oh, can we get night vision goggles? I'm going to be stupid. Wait, can we choose more than... No, we can't. Okay, can I just... First aid kit, multi-tool, combat knife, spiked baseball hat, cavalry sword, crowbar, binoculars. Oh, shit. I wonder if we're gonna be allowed to give in a second. NVG should come in handy, so you place them in the backpack. You're carrying 15 pounds, you can carry a max of 25. Okay, so... I can't carry a gun. Colt Python revolver. Okay, I'm gonna get that. Also, I think I should get the first aid kit if we can get that. Okay, we're carrying 18 pounds. Okay, I'm gonna get the first aid kit. Carrying 23 pounds. I can only carry another 3 pounds. Shit. 50 feet of rope. What would we need rope for? I don't know. A flashlight sounds good. 2 pounds. Can I just do that? Okay, good. You take a flashlight, load it up with fresh batteries, and put it into the backpack. You consider the weight of all you gathered and cannot carry anymore. However, you fit a pen and notepad in your backpack to keep notes on the trip and anything you may find. Oh my god, that went on over our weight limit. I'm just kidding. After you're both packed, Mindy leads you through the cathedral, then outside to the parking lot. Let's go, Miller. Mindy calls out. She grabs your bag off your shoulder and throws it in with hers in the back of the truck. She walks briskly around the truck and jumps into the passenger seat. The road to Temperance is an easy shot north. As you have discovered, roads seldom traveled by zombies and bandits. It takes an hour of steady driving, plus an additional 40 minutes of winding back roads to arrive on the outskirts of a small town. Worried about the noise of the vehicle attracting attention, you park in a desolate area at the edge of the woods in a low ditch a few yards off the side of the highway. Mindy covers the vehicle with fallen tree branches while you remove your gear. Putting on your packs, you and Mindy head by foot into town. Mindy cradles her sighted MP5 submachine gun in both arms with a sling wrapped around her elbow, like a Navy SEAL ready for a gunfight. Oh, good for you, Mindy. As you approach the outskirts of town through a light forested area, she moves around trees, aiming the weapon through a 180-degree angle in wide arcs. Mindy, I never did ask where you got your military training. I haven't had any, but grew up a Marine brat. Well, you move around and use a gun like you have. Lots of video games. Haha, yeah, of course. That'll do it. Oh, and paintball. Nice. You leave the forest and enter a supermarket parking lot. The deep rows of abandoned cars, a metal graveyard show the desolation and deterioration of the once robust community. Mindy maintains her high degree of readiness, while you follow closely behind. The last trip to Timbers' Shop Saver store was a complete bust as it had been entirely ransacked. Hey, Miller, if we get separated or things go bad, we can meet up at the bar on Elm and Harker Streets. Stogie Joe's sounds good. I wish I could have seen it before the outbreak. At the edge of the building, Mindy throws a fist up, a stop sign. I'm guessing that. She flashes 2 fingers and crouches. Walking out low, you follow and spot a wide avenue, storefronts and residential houses lining the road, with only a few trees dotting the sidewalks and abandoned cars packing the asphalt. Directly to your right, graffiti decorates the brick wall at the end of the world messages. In the center of the street is an overturned bakery truck 60 feet away, stretched out to block the path of cars, and 2 zombies, both dressed as cheerleaders, okay, wander around the truck, the back of which is open and filled with bags and containers. The zombie girls are pristine, their clothes white and smooth, which matches the exterior of the truck. Billowy steam flows from the vehicle's open cabin, escaping in wisps through the air, and loaves of bread are visible on a shelf in the back of the truck, amazingly not decayed or spoiled. Wow, that's some high-quality bread. Minnie moves behind a parked police cruiser on your right, 15 away, and waves you over. Far to the left of the bakery truck is a parked brown Dodge van with the back door cracked open. You are not going to do anything with the zombies. I'm just gonna move over toward Mindy. You move to Mindy, keeping low to avoid alerting the zombies to your presence. They wander aimlessly, seeming content to pace near the truck for eternity. Once you're at the car beside Mindy, she moves forward again, now to a parked silver Lexus. Maintaining a frog walk across the pavement, the smell of fresh bread overpowers the rank odor of the decaying city. As you peer over the area, something catches your eye, glinting in the air near the cheerleaders. You blink several times and focus again on the area. Sure enough, your eyes detect something sparkling near the bumper of the truck. While you paused, you noticed Mindy feverishly waving you over. What do? Don't ignore the shiny thing. It could be an alien. No, I'm just kidding. Don't pick up shiny things, especially in the middle of the desert, because you could get abducted by aliens. Ha. Jokes. References from something. References from A Date with Markiplier. Moving on. You rush over to Mindy, keeping low to the ground. She points her gun all around, high toward the tops of buildings, low under cars, at doors and windows, as if she's frantically searching for something. Something doesn't feel right. As if on cue, a crash sounds behind you as the border door of a flower shop flies open, and 2 armed men jump out of the sidewalk. Gunfire erupts, and you and Mindy have no choice but to take cover. She jumps behind a series of trash bags next to a candy store, and you find a spot at the bumper of a brand new, now bullet-riddled silver Lexus. Oh my god, no, why would you do that? Now the silver Lexus is broken. Okay. Broken, okay. Sounds of footsteps, gunfire, and banging car doors create a cacophony of sound. A female low-pitched, shrieking voice yells above the clamor. Don't kill them, you idiots! He wants them alive! 2 gunmen clad in tight-fitting black full leather racing suits with bike helmets hold submachine guns up and stand behind a 2-door Buick 30 feet away. Drop your weapons and come out with your hands up, one shouts. Mindy immediately responds. Drop your weapons and come out with your hands up. You peek over the car in the direction of the female voice near the Dodge van. You spot a dark-haired man with a shotgun raised in his hands. His face is partially covered in a red bandana, which barely hides long scars running down his face. Next to him is an older woman carrying an automatic rifle, wearing a yellow jumpsuit with black stripes and an aviator's leather helmet. But why, though? But why? At this point of impasse, I don't want to attack strangers, because what if I die? I honestly don't know. Let's try and talk to them. You place your weapon by your side to appear as non-threatening as possible, while still being able to react if things turn violent. I just want to talk. There's no need to fight one another with all these zombies running around. The old woman takes a few steps forward, assault rifle across her chest. It's best if you come with us. We just want to talk, but we can't do it here. How do you reply? Reserved, give a little information while letting them know you are leaving peacefully. Oh, I don't want to be deceitful or manipulative. That's not good for me. Reserved, give a little information while letting them know you are leaving peacefully. Okay, I guess we're going to go the calm way about this. I'm fine with going with you. Where are we going? The scarred man stepped from around the car, still the shotgun raised. No questions, he stays in a heavy... Oh, he has a Russian accent. Ah, crap. I don't know how to do that very well. The woman moves up to next to him and places her hand on the barrel of the shotgun. He looks at her. She nods and lowers the weapon. It's okay. We don't want to harm you. We have shelter, food, clean clothes. We want you to be safe like we are. Just come with us. What do you do now? Fight them or keep talking or flee the situation. No, we're gonna keep... How do you respond to the woman? Let's just say no thank you. I appreciate the offer. Unless you give us information on what this is about, we'll have to decline. The woman's face slumps. We would rather not force you, but leave us no alternative. Having no intention to surrender, you turn and sprint behind the car and hope the two have poor aim. A shot hits the edge of the car just next to your head, and you reflexively dive for cover. Loud ringing fills your ears, and the sounds of gunfire pound your damaged eardrums. With only a moment to react, you reach for a weapon. Well, we only have the Colt Python, and we're screwed at this point. Leaning over the car, you aim and fire. Bullet holes appear in the side of the Dodge van, causing the dark-haired man and older woman to run behind the parked motorcycle. They return fire, striking you once in the left arm and stomach. Oh, you hold on to the car but tumble over, slouching to the curb. The Colt Python slips out of your hand as the pain intensifies. From your right side, one of the bandits yells and drops down, a thick bullet hole in the side of his cheek. The other bandit runs back to the flower shop and yanks the door shut. Mindy pops up behind the back of a Volkswagen Beetle a few car lengths away and fires a burst that hits the side of the Dodge van. Suddenly you feel as though someone has punched you in the chest, and time slows to a crawl. Looking down, you see blood spreading out from a fresh bullet wound, and you collapse in pain. Oh God, this is the end. You feel someone pulling you across the street. Forcing your eyes open, you see the bulky figure of the Russian. You weren't supposed to shoot her, the woman shouted. A shot went wide. I didn't expect them to fight back like that, he shouts, laying you down. However, as they turn to your wound, your vision begins to narrow to a point. Are you kidding me? Well, we're going back to our last save checkpoint. Game restored. I'm not screwing this up. Okay. I am taking an assault rifle. Alright? Taking first aid kit. Okay. Well, we don't need to reread this. I'm gonna move to what... Maybe we should avoid them. I'm not gonna flee the area. We're gonna try and get away. Okay. You make a break for the side row of cars and duck just as the window explodes by your head. More gunfire and shouting can be heard, and you detect the woman yelling in Russian at the gunman nearing the flower shop. From your vantage, you cannot see Mindy, but figure from the constant rattling of her submachine gun that she is alive and fine. That's good to know. I'm glad she didn't die. You make another dash toward the corner of the street and keep as low as possible to avoid being hit. Much of the gunfire seems focused on Mindy, though single shots continue to fly past you, decorating the city street with holes in doors, broken windows, and punctured tires. As you look back, you spot one of the flower shop gunmen dead on the ground and a scarred man and older woman aiding the other gunmen in search for Mindy. Realizing this may be your only chance, you sprint to the corner and cross the front of the supermarket before stopping for a few moments to catch your breath. For several minutes, you cut down alleys and went in various directions to prevent the bandits from tracking you through the city. You recall the rendezvous point Mindy gave you and head to Stogie Joe's. At the edge of Helm and Harker, Stogie Joe's bar sits in utter shambles from the reckoning of the apocalypse. Once a thriving local bar, it is a filthy, broken rendition of its former self. A neon sign, now faded and dropping, declares the place Stog J through shattered windows. You peer into the burnt-out eatery. A lone orange cat sits at the edge of the bar. Chloe, what are you doing in this story? She's not here right now. Sleeping in the bathroom. Leave the moment you step near the door. No, cat, come back. You wait for what seems an eternity and peer down both streets in the hopes the position of the sun. You have no idea how long has passed. Many thoughts run through your head. Should you head back to the site of the bakery truck? Or should you return to the cathedral? As you contemplate your next move, you see a figure down Elm Street, passing in between cars, staying low with a short gun in hand. You crouch behind a car for concealment in the event it is not Mindy. Luckily, it is her. What happened back there, you ask? We can discuss it later. They got away after I brought two of them down. The first pharmacy is not far away, half a block. Xavier Apothecary. As you walk down Harker under the midday clouds, shadows of immense elm trees, the cool breeze and rustling of leaves provides a tranquility seldom experienced in recent weeks. You stroll in the center of the lane while Mindy continues her controlled military march. After a minute of walking without incident, she joins a strut down the street. I grew up in a neighborhood a lot like this. Well, for a few years when my father was stationed in an area in New Jersey. I never pegged you for a Jersey girl, you say. She punches your arm quite hard and smirks. Given your destination, it's still a good distance away. You decide to... You know what? I'm not going to end the conversation because we should get to know more about Mindy. But I'm not going to ask about the other survivors. I think I'll ask her about what her life was like before the outbreak. I would like to ask Mindy about her family. Let's not get our noses in her love life and relationships. My family? Let's see. Cliche story of a military family and a rebellious only child. I grew up mostly on military bases. Oh. Moved a lot, went to a new school every year. Never made a ton of friends where I moved, but enjoyed sports and always found outlets for it. My father was an intense man. He trained Marines, and since almost Marines are hard asses, he was a super hard ass. Was fiercely loyal to the corps, but loved me and my mom as well, so we didn't put the Marines above us as I saw many other fathers do. At his highest rank, Dad was a captain, so when I turned 15, we finally got stationed in San Diego as a recruit training facility. That's when I got into boys and girls and drinking and drugs and partying. Needless to say, I butted heads with Dad. It wasn't until college and dropping out of college my rebellious nature faded away. During my freshman year, I raised a bit of hell, experimenting with just about everything possible, and Dad was around the corner ready to discipline me, giving me pep talks, lecturing me on morality and preparing myself for the future as a responsible citizen. But after I returned to school from summer break and picked up in my heathen ways, as Dad would call it, he stopped caring. The lectures stopped. The phone calls stopped. He didn't invite me home on weekends. It was a shock because it's clear as I look back on my stupid youth, I raised hell for his attention. An undisciplined brat. Pretty cliche. Her voice trails and you realize this is an opportunity to ask about her relationships. Relationships, getting personal, huh, Miller? I was single before the outbreak. Had been in relationships with men, women, married, divorced, old, young. I was never, what did my dad call it, discerning? Basically, from college to my mid-20s, I never took dating seriously. I just tried a lot of things. My father said I have planned for a future like the world is ending. Oh boy. She stops and raises her arms up like goalposts, and here you have it. The freaking apocalypse. She drops her hands and picks up the pace, offering you a chance to ask about. Let's just get on to something else. I think I'm going to end my conversation here. Mindy picks up her pace and you follow by her side. The walk to the pharmacy is without incident, though you pass several zombies and houses along the way. None you spot in your motion through the street. The very presence of the infected creatures adds to the constant reminder of the danger in a trip in the city. In one home, you spot a mother and a teenage son in the late stage of the infection, greenish skin sloughing off like a snake shedding skin, sitting on a leather couch staring at a broken television. Not until Mindy pulls you from the window do you stop watching the undead pair. Oh man, that's so sad. Xavier Apothecary is a solitary store stuck in the middle of a residential block. Amid the rectangular row of homes, the apothecary is disconnected from the other structures and twice the size, with a cold and dismal exterior. Gray aluminium shutters enclose the windows and a double-wide front door, over which a sign hangs in Old English font. A metal gate is secured across the entire front of the property. Brown rust over black bars. Second-floor windows are boarded from the inside with thick, solid pieces of wood spray-painted in black. Weeds and dead grass grow in a concrete parking lot on the left side of the store, where no vehicles are parked but a single flat tire lies on the ground. You walk around the perimeter with Mindy and find the back of the lot of the start of a wide alley. With a door leading to the pharmacy, though covered in a metal shutter, there are no windows on the first or second floors. So what's our move here, Miller? Why do you keep calling me by my last name? Mindy, because she's D.I. Alec Hardy. Broadchurch fans, you understand my reference. Mindy wrinkles her lips and closes her tight eyes tightly. I don't like your first name, no offense. Oh, well then. Moment passes, low clouds have rolled in and a light drizzle seeps from the sky, coating you in a fine mist. We can try to break into this door, but it looks pretty secure. Or we can climb to the roof and see if there's a way in. Climb to the roof. Because, in The Walking Dead, you really don't want to kick down doors unless there's something in there. You look up the side of the building and spot numerous divots, ledges, and broken pieces of brick that may allow you to scale the wall. Scaling the wall would be quite a physical feat. Who should do it? I'll climb it. Hooray. Stretch out your arms and legs to limber up for the ascent. You drop your backpack to the ground and leave your weapons with Mindy to reduce weight. The side of the building is roughly 40 feet high, and you map out a path in your mind. Onto the top of the shuttered door of the first floor ledge, then to a large cracked area in the second floor, and from there a short climb to the top. You dig your foot into the wall to the side of the floor door and use it like a step up until your hands reach the top of the shutter. You hoist your body up and throw your left leg to find a foothold. Unfortunately, you lose your grip, swinging motion of your legs carry upward until you are nearly upside down. Oh boy. You fall backward and fly through the air with dizzying speed. You feel a sharp pain on the back of your head as it thuds into the ground. You looked up at Mindy's shocked face as the world turns gray, then black. Warbling sounds awaken you, like sound traveling through turbulent water. You shift and focus into voices. The smell of coffee and bacon fills your nostrils, and a deep inhalation ends in a harsh cough. Yeah, sounds like a smoker. Sounds like that a smoker. Looks like she's awake, a male voice says. Your eyes open and focus on a grinning old face. Long wisps of hair poke from wrinkled skin. Great. Long sideburns flare at the end of top puffy cheeks. Oh, wow. A huge top row of grayish teeth spread wide, and a slight rattling nod to his head gives him the look of a nervous puppy. You brace yourself on both elbows and peer around the room. Lay on a cot with clean white sheets and a blanket covered in cartoon flamingos. Oh, flamingos. Awesome. The room is boxy and only double the size of an average closet, though well furnished for the aftermath of civilization's demise. A plush chair in the corner, dark oak cabinet ends table with a lantern set on it. and rows of photos of various men and women, all in suits and medical jackets. The old man stands over you, his back hunched and turned several degrees. His fingers move erratically and hands shake, and when you look at them, he grips his hand together. My name is Eugene. Friends call me Gene, he says, stretching out each word. What do you reply? Yeah, what happened to me, by the way? He smiles wider, which you didn't consider possible given his original demeanor. Ugh. My friend rescued ya, he says. You must have lots of questions. When you feel up to it, come in the other room. He turns and scurries to the door, steps out, and leaves you at the last moment. By the way, your things are in the cabinet. With that, he closes the door. All right, well, now it seems we've been saved by strangers, but I don't fully trust them at the moment. Also, I don't know where Mindy is, but I hope she's not dead. The cloudiness of your head is dissipating, but as you rise, your vision clears and the throbbing subsides. You check the cabinet and find your equipment inside, neatly stacked on shelves. Unsure of what you face in the next room, you collect your belongings before stepping through the door. You enter a well-furnished apartment through its contents are dated to several decades ago. Drab-colored couch and leisure chairs, console television circa 1980. Man, that goes back a long time. A cabinet filled with glass and porcelain trinkets and statuettes. A brown throw rug covering most of the hardwood floors, and a lingering smell of medicinal ointment. The old man stands near an open archway of a bright yellow kitchen. As the stove stands another man who is over 6 foot with short, dark hair. He waves away smoke streaming up from a pan over a burner. Yo, Chloe, how do you like your bacon? Crispy or extra crispy? Extra crispy, I hope, 'cause this is some burnt pork right there. You recognize the voice. Oh my God, Devlin. Oh, I didn't know we would be seeing him again. Actually, I was hopeful that we would run into him again, because I feel like such an ass for accidentally kicking him out of the car. Devlin steps over to a round tile-top table and places a meager plate of blackened bacon in the center. He steps over a chair and sits down with a plate of watery scrambled eggs. Devlin reaches to his belt and pulls a large pistol out, placing it on the table. He stares at you during the motion. His hand hovers over the pistol, his middle finger touching the steel barrel like he is tracing the indentation of the smooth metal. He retracts his hand and shoves a fork full of the mushy yellow mixture into his mouth. Hey, Eugene. This one here is one of the ones I was telling you about, Devlin says, and pointed at you with the fork. Left me high and dry like I was one of the zombs. He chooses food and meets you eye to eye. His hand brushes over the pistol and you think of drawing a weapon. Before you act, Devlin picks up the gun and places it back in his belt. Winks at you and takes another bite of food. Well, you don't need to wink, but hey, it was an accident. I didn't actually mean to leave you behind. I didn't mean to do it. I'm sorry. I know it really wasn't your choice, but that girl's, what was her name, Heather? Yeah. Well, anyways, you can see I'm doing fine right here, hooked up with Eugene, and we've been doing our thing. Yeah, I don't want to know what your thing is, but perhaps just me thinking weirdly. Eugene steps near the breakfast table and points to 2 empty chairs. Mindy takes a seat but keeps it slid out, her hand inside a cargo pocket where the outline of a small pistol is visible through her pants. He'd take a seat between her and Eugene. The powdered eggs actually taste great, and the fact that there is real bacon is almost a sensory overload. It is the first bite of different food in a month. Just enjoying the taste eases your guard and even has Mindy sliding closer to the table. Eugene, how is it that you have survived here so long? Temperance is overrun, Mindy asks. Eugene smiles and Devlin mutters something under his breath that you barely catch. Something about manners. Hey, gosh, Devlin! You've got some issues. After my Agnes died, God rest her soul, to be honest, I kind of withdrew. My kids had their lives. They lived away and I became interested more in my business and keeping up with their grandkids. Or, God forbid, retiring and taking up a hobby. I love being a pharmacist and helping keep the community healthy. About a year ago, I started hearing about the new strains of viruses coming out from Africa and Asia. Deadly viruses that destroyed whole villages. but were not communicable to the rest of the world because these people were isolated in remote areas. As a pharmacist, I researched these outbreaks and found disturbing evidence, suggesting if these viruses crossed into larger populations. Well, he pauses for a moment and pushes his plate back. It would make the Black Plague look like flu season. Ugh. Eugene takes a swig of coffee and stares at the wall, eyes hazy as if looking in the far-off distance. You see, the government has no control measures for a pandemic. Existing protocols are for investigation and surveillance, not true eradication of a virus. As the outbreaks in Africa and Asia spread, countries tried to quarantine and segregation of infected populations. That's all fine for an influenza virus, but we're talking about highly lethal strains of active viruses. It may sound cruel, but the only method to handle it is to kill the hosts and do it fast. Or, well, you see what happened. Eugene claps his hands together over the table. So, to answer your question, as the outbreak spread across Africa and Asia, I began hoarding food, supplies, medicine, and anything else I needed. So I've been fine living here for all this time in modest comfort. Eugene finally takes a deep breath, which provides a moment of silence. You have an opportunity for a question. But hold on. I'm going to take a deep breath. Hope you all take another deep breath with me. Breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, we're good to go. Hey, yes, we should ask him about medicine because we're kind of in the need for some. Eugene nods his head and folds his arms. Yes, I'm willing to trade. Let me put these plates in the sink and we can meet downstairs at the pharmacy. Within a few minutes, you were led downstairs to a solid, heavy wooden door. Eugene produces a keychain from his pant pocket and spends a full minute matching keys to the numerous keyholes before unlocking it. Inside is the pharmacy with rows and rows of packed shelves. Counters filled over with the products and a dozen locked hanging cabinets. The front of the store is boarded up with thick wooden sheets and the metal slats crisscrossed to form a huge lattice of support. So what can I get for you, Chloe? Asks Eugene as he steps around the corner, taking his position at the pharmacist. Yay. You hand over the two lists from Emma and Eugene reads it out loud, shaking his head at each item. Well, we have all of this, so we're off to a good start. Okay, so what do you have to offer? Asked Eugene. You look through your gear. Currently you're carrying the following: assault rifle, backpack, first aid kit, food, and water. Ah, crap. Okay, so I have to give something away. I am not giving away my assault rifle. I don't know. I have important things in my backpack. I can go good without water, but I'm gonna need food. I don't know. I'm going to give away my water. You place the bottles of water in the canteen onto the counter. We have water, and besides, you need it, asked Eugene. So what else do you have to offer? You look through your gear. Currently you're carrying the following. Of course. Okay, I'll give him my first aid kit. Eugene looks at the first aid kit. This is a pharmacy. I don't need this. He slides a small metal box back to you. Fine. I'll give him my backpack. Oh, you asshole. I am not giving away my assault rifle. I'm going to stop trading. I don't have anything else to trade, you say. Everyone looks at Mindy, who takes a step back. All I have is my weapon, a combat knife, food, and water. Well, I do have an iPod, but that's probably not too useful. What's on it? Asked Evelyn. Mindy looks down, shoulders slumped, arms swinging lightly as she pulls the square device from a cargo pocket. Miles Davis, Sonny Collins, John Coltrane, Charlie Parker, Duke Ellington. Basically, jazz musicians. Oh my god, that's amazing. Freaking badass, man, bruh. That's awesome. Those are the best of all time, states Eugene. It looks like a cartoon with eyebrows that are high, eyes wide, and the mouth open in an O shape. If we take the items that Chloe offered along with the iPod, we have a deal. Mindy looks like a defiant child, biting her bottom lip, fists clenched, knees straight, eyes closed. After a moment, she puts the iPod on the counter. Hand over the drugs before I change my mind, she says. Oh. Within 10 minutes, Eugene has gathered all the needed items. You pack everything securely in yours and Mindy's backpacks, and Eugene even provides free medical supplies, pain relief medicine, rolls of tape, and some surgical gloves. Excellent, that's wonderful. With the trading done, Eugene and Devlin escort you down to the back door of the pharmacy. Devlin leads you and talks with Mindy while Eugene hangs back next to you. I don't mean to pry in your business, but one of the prescriptions... Risperidol, who's a for? Eugene asks in a whisper. For my sister Emma. Oh my god, now he's concerned. What's going on with her? I see, says Eugene. Well, I hope she's doing well. Well. Nice to know our little sister doesn't talk to us about this kind of stuff. Schizophrenia can be controlled with medicine, but it's only a part of the treatment. You reach the bottom of the stairs before you can discuss this with Eugene any further. Good luck, Chloe, says Devlin as he unlocks the door. Be careful, exclaims Eugene. You thank both of them for their hospitality and head out through the door into Temperance. Pardon my goodness, I need to take a drink of water. Hey, look, here's my face. Here's my face. Hello. I'm looking down upon you all. My apologies. I didn't mean to look down upon anyone. There we go. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Outside the pharmacy, Mindy takes lead and hurries down the back alley to the main street. Clouds are thick overhead through no rain falls, and off in the distance sheets of lightning flash in the silent sky. Trash rustles down the street, and pigeons shoot overhead, passing above the rooftops. We have some daylight left. Should we try the animal hospital or head back to the cathedral? I don't want to go to the animal hospital. What are there to dead animals? Mindy is an amazing partner, and she navigates the streets of Temperance as if she lived here her whole life. You glide through shadows and pass between cars and fences and flora to cover your passes from the eyes of living or unliving. In the fading light, the city casts a strange glow as if absorbing the remnants of the sun and reflecting them back where your eyes alone. The trek to the car is long, mile under the threat of rain. Just as you reach the camouflage vehicle, the clouds open and spill pebble-sized hail on the outskirts of Temperance, pinging the roof of the car as you set off to the cathedral. With no words, Mindy lies in the passenger seat and quickly falls asleep. Oh, okay, I'm driving, apparently. Arriving back at the cathedral, you are greeted by Heather, Emma, and Tom in the parking lot. You provide details of your trip to Tom as you head inside. He is thrilled at your success in finding medicine and returning home safely. In the sanctuary, the rest of the group has gathered, and you spend several minutes describing the events in Temperance, the mysterious bandits and the zombie cheerleaders, desolation in the town of Temperance, and Eugene and Devlin at the pharmacy. The group listens to every detail in perfect silence, like an attentive congregation. Well, here we go. I am a minister. And the fact that the meeting is held in a church is not lost on you. Oh, that's beautiful. That evening, as you head into your dormitory on the second floor, Emma bursts through the door. She wraps her arms around your neck, crying and kissing your face. We are definitely going to discuss this. Emma, I found out that the drug you asked me to get, Risperidol, is for schizophrenia. She stops kissing you and leans back, then slips her arm around your neck. I'm not crazy if that's what you think, she says and backs away with her hands on her hips. There are things that go on in my head, but the medicine stops it. I'm fine. I know you were worried, but I swear I'm fine. Emma, you sure about that? I don't think so. Huh. Emma heads out of the room. You consider stopping her to talk more, but are also so tired and so stunned by her behavior that you feel it best to let go for this evening. Exhausted, you crash into bed and fall asleep in moments. Which is the same... I'm sorry. Which is the same thing I think I'm going to do because my brain is starting to shut down and I can't speak English properly. Yeah. So I'm going to end it here. Hopefully we're making a dent in the story and it's going to be almost done soon. Because I don't know how long it is. But like Denzel said, this is a long story and game. And I was not prepared for how long it was going to be, but I'm enjoying it, and I hope you are too. Like, with that said, I hope you're enjoying this series. If you are, especially this video, hit that button down below. And, thanks for watching. Like always, I'll catch you all in the next video. Stay awesome.